Welcome to the Daily Pour podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Lopez, and this is the place where we dive into all the big and small moments, from challenges to celebrations and every single thing in between. Each week, we will have heartfelt conversations, grow in faith, and pour out a daily dose of encouragement that's just for you, my friend. You are always welcome here, so get ready to laugh, learn, and leave inspired. We're pouring out the good stuff right here, right now. Let's go. What's up? It's your friend Rachel, and I wanted to share with you, this has been such a wonky season, I feel like, in life, just walking through a bunch of different things, a lot of difficult things. And I had this experience a couple nights ago. I've been back and forth from San Francisco to NorCal, up in the foothills. And so driving back and forth, I'm leaving the city to head back home. And I thought I was leaving at a really appropriate time to avoid traffic. And I was completely wrong. I ended up being in traffic for like 100 years. I was in traffic for hours, bumper to bumper traffic, people honking, people frustrated. I'm sure all the local people were like, why do I live here? This is horrible. So I decided to take the opportunity as time to pray, time to think over life and ways that God has always shown up in my life and in the lives of people that I love. And it brought me back to actually a couple nights prior to that. So on Sunday night, I received a phone call that was really troubling news, just really disheartening and heartbreaking, and just trying to process all these different emotions. And I was finishing up a walk with a couple of friends, and we parted ways, and I decided I was going to walk a little bit more and just hit some more inclines, some more hills, listen to some worship music, just kind of recenter myself. And I'm imagining that when I get home, I'm going to put on pajamas, take a shower, put on pajamas, go to bed, just call it a day. It's been a long day. And instead I came home and I just felt like I need to jump on the trampoline. So I got this trampoline. For those of you that don't know, I got a trampoline a handful of months ago that I'm obsessed with. It's a rebounding trampoline, the best Facebook Marketplace purchase I've ever made. It was $50 and you can put it under your bed, next to your dresser, whatever. It comes out really easily. And so I bring out this trampoline, start jumping. I ask Siri to play upbeat Christian music. And so half the songs are so cheesy, I don't even know, but I'm jumping on the trampoline and it's so good, all the good endorphins. And then all of a sudden this song comes on. It's called Count 'Em by Brandon Lake. And the chorus talks about the Lord being the Lord. He is the Lord. He is the Lord in every circumstance, everything that we're up against, the way that he shows up, that he comes through, he saves the day. He's always present. And I just was like, oh my gosh, I was so overcome by emotion that I start sobbing as I'm jumping on the trampoline, and I'm trying to figure out, do I stop jumping and just cry, or can I do both? And what is going on? So I just pushed through. I jumped and I cried, and I've never done that before, but it was very healing to my heart. And so I started thinking through all the ways that the Lord has shown up, and that reminded me of He is the Lord. He is on the throne. And one story that I thought of, and one thing I wanted to share with you, is, for those of you that don't know, my husband and I have 3 biological children, 3 children by birth, 2 children by adoption. And so our kids, our oldest 3 were around a year and a half, 3.5, 5.5. So they were pretty young, and we had started praying and starting the journey to become certified foster parents with the intention to adopt. And so we go through all of the steps. It's background check, CPR, they interrogate you, they come, you have to have child-proof locks on every single thing in your house. It's a different kind of labor for sure, but just really sensing that this was a season that God was going to add to our family through adoption. And so we're going through, like I said, it's months and months that we go through this, and we finally get the call. And this call is for a little baby boy. He is a year and a half, and he's brought to our house and placed in my arms. And my heart melted. I fell in love with him. We were told by several social workers that parents would be losing their rights, that if we were open to adoption, this could very well be our child. And so not realizing that oftentimes things change in the foster care system. I gave my heart away completely, and I just started dreaming of his future. He was a little redhead, a little ginger, and our second born, she has auburn hair and is also this beautiful little ginger girl. And so I'm like, they look like siblings, and I start envisioning his future, and I'm imagining kindergarten, and I'm imagining elementary school, junior high, high school, young adulthood, and just what our family is going to look like. And sure enough, months go by and the courts decide that he is going to go back to his biological family. And so, as we were preparing for this particular court date that would decide, I just remember my prayer was, God, you are on the throne. You know all things. You know things I don't know. You see things I don't see. And I trust you with this, but please, please, please let me have this baby. Let me keep this baby. And in the courtroom, as the judge declares that he would be going back to his biological family, my heart was broken, but he is the Lord. He is the Lord. I just was pointed back to that truth that God is on the throne. You have this judge that's on the stand in the courtroom, but the Lord is on the throne, and he is ultimately the one that can change anything, that could make the judge sway and say a different thing. But ultimately, his will for him was to go back and be with his biological family. And the crazy thing is, when you think about that and the heartbreak and just all that happened after that, even, we would not have the children that we have today if that story turned out to be a different story. And so just this trust of God, you always know what you're doing. You are the Lord. You are on the throne. And so I was thinking through other things too, just the whole entire adoption process, the children that we had placed with us. I was thinking through a high-risk pregnancy that I had, not knowing. I was told by doctors early on to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst, because it really could be a bad situation. And just always a surrender, hands open. God, I'm yours. This child is yours. You are the Lord. Parenting a child with special needs, he is the Lord. Being in full-time ministry, he is the Lord. Having 5 kids, he is the Lord. Just all the things that come at us. I think it's such a good reminder. This is all from one song, you guys, jumping on a trampoline. He is the Lord. But there are several verses in the Bible. I looked up a handful of them, and it was just over and over verses. So I thought I would read a handful of them. This is Isaiah 46, 9 and 10. Remember the former things of old, for I am God and there is no other. I am God and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, things not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will accomplish my purpose. God will accomplish his purpose. Psalm 115:3, our God is in the heavens. He does all that he pleases. He's the one that's in control. First Chronicles 29:11 and 12 says, yours, O Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the victory and the majesty, for all that is in the heavens and in the earth is yours. Yours is the kingdom. O Lord, you are exalted as head above it all. And so just kind of going into New Testament things and speaking of Jesus, for by him all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, all things were created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. He holds it all together. He holds us together. And Ephesians 1:11, in him we have obtained an inheritance, having been predestined according to the purpose of him who works all things according to his will. According to his will, he works out all the things, you guys. And so I think it's just such an important, impactful reminder. And I do know from experience that when things get tough, we have a tendency to withdraw, to hide away from the people that we love, to hide away from people in general, and maybe even hide away from the Lord. And there is no escaping the Lord. He will find us. He pursues us. It's just not even a thing, but we try. And I do believe that Satan does his best work when we become isolated. And so I want to encourage you, if you're in a season where you need the reminder that the Lord is the Lord, that he is on the throne, that he's in control, that he has you. If you need that reminder, I also want to remind you, do not hide away, do not withdraw, pursue him with all that you have. I want to encourage you to open up your Bible, to blast that worship music. Maybe you need to buy a trampoline on Marketplace. Pray, be in community with people that love God well, that love you well. You and we're not meant to walk this journey of life alone. And I also was thinking back to, I had a child I was given a diagnosis that I just threw me. I had no idea what on earth, how I was going to handle what was said and given to us. And I remember withdrawing, being really upset and hurt that God would allow us to walk through this particular situation, and had no interest at all in opening my Bible, in praying, in listening to anything that had to do with God or worship music. And hi, you guys, I'm a pastor's wife. Like, what kind of pastor's wife are you? But that's just where I was in my raw, like, hurt heart state. And I remember feeling, I do not feel like I want to do any of those things, but what I know to be true is that God is on the throne, that I'm his, that his peace, his presence, his grace, his goodness, it's all there for me. It's all there for you in plain sight for us to see and feel and experience. But I just remember knowing, like, I have to open my Bible. I have to open my Bible. I need to play worship music and just experience God's presence, even though it's not the place I want to run, because I'm upset and I'm hurt and I don't see the good in what he's doing. And so I open my Bible and also play worship music. And so I have these songs that are coming on, and I think it was like song 2, song 3. By song 4, I was just a hot mess and crying and just asking God to forgive me for how I was feeling, and knowing that he's so present, and just thanking him for being so real in my life. But I do believe we have to break through those barriers and pursue him, and not our feelings, not our circumstances. Circumstances are always shifting, are always changing. Our culture, our world is always shifting, always changing. There's always something new going on, a new trauma, a new heartache, something coming at us that's different. And God is the steady thing. He is the firm foundation on which we stand. His promises are true. His words are true. We can count on him. We need to seek him above every other thing. And so wherever you find yourself today, please know that God is on the throne, that he is the Lord. He is able to see things that we can't. He knows things that we don't, and we just have to trust him. It's a trust that no matter what comes at us in this life, he is worth it. He is trustworthy. He loves you, and he will not ever let us down. Our circumstances will, people will, all the things around us are shifting, like I said, but he is the solid rock on which we stand. He is the one sure thing. He is the Lord. Thanks so much for joining the Daily Pour podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you never miss what's next. And don't forget, the Daily Pour is on YouTube. We'll be showing up on video soon, so head over, hit that subscribe button, and be the first to see when we go live with new content. If you're enjoying the show, please take a moment to leave us a review. It really helps others discover the podcast. And if you know someone who'd be encouraged by this conversation, go ahead and share the episode with a friend. Thanks for listening. See you next time, my friend.